Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Agnanatimirandhasya Nananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirayet Nashtaprayeshva Abhadareshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhakti Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is ki jai Granthrat Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai Jai Shri Gurudev ki jai. The word towards synonyms, translations and purpose by Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Jai Shri Nitai Gaur Chandra Premanande. Hari Hari Bol. The Hare Krishna dear devotees. So welcome everyone. And thank you very much Sanjay Prabhu for giving us the prompt each week for which verse we're going to discuss. So who would like to start their realizations? And others can join in afterwards. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. We are in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 13, verse 33. Thank you, His Grace Amrish Prabhuji. Thank you, Her Grace Purnapada Devidashi Mataji. And thank you, His Grace Krishna Samaran Krishna Das Prabhu, for giving me an opportunity to give my realization and training. So, Bhagavad Gita, chapter 13, verse 33. Nature, the enjoyer, and consciousness. Yatha sarvagatam saukshmad Akasham nopalipyate sarvatra avasthito dehe tathatma nopalipyate yatha sarvagatam saukshmad akasham nopalipyate sarvatra avasthito dehe tathatma nopalipyate yatha sarvagatam saukshmad akasham nopalipyate sarvatravasthito dehe tathatma nopalipyate. Yatha, as sarvagatam, all pervading. Sakshmat, due to being subtle. Akasham, the sky. Na, never. Upalipyate, mixes. Sarvatra, everywhere. Avasthitaha, situated. Dehe, in the body. Tatha, such. Atma, the self. Na, never. Upalipyate, mixes. As all pervading, due to being subtle, the sky never mixes. Everywhere situated in the body, such the self never mixes. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The sky, due to its subtle nature, does not mix with anything, although it is all pervading. Similarly, the soul situated in Brahman vision does not mix with the body, though situated in the body. Purport. The air enters into water, mud, stool, and whatever else is there. Still, it does not mix with anything. Similarly, the living entity, even though situated in varieties of bodies, is aloof from them due to his subtle nature. Therefore, it is impossible to see with the material eyes how the living entity is in contact with his body and how he is out of its after the destruction of the body. No one in science can ascertain this. So my realization from this verse is, here Srila Prabhupada explains that the soul never becomes dirty. Only the body and the mind becomes contaminated. Sinful activities even do not touch the soul. Just like the sky is everywhere, the smoke, dust, clouds may appear in the sky, but the sky itself is never polluted. When one gets lust or anger or greed in the mind, but the soul remains pure servant of Krishna. So one has to think that I am a pure soul covered by material conditioning. And if one develop this understanding, so that this understanding will revive or get confidence in our devotional service. So just like Srila Prabhupada given another example that the cleaning a mirror does not create the reflection, but it reveals what was already there. So therefore, the chanting, once if someone continues in the chanting, Srila Prabhupada says that chanting Hare Krishna removes our ignorance. Soul is original love for Krishna, and that shines again and again when we chant continuously. Generally people, Srila Prabhupada says that generally people overjudge themselves. They confuse temporary weakness with the identity. So even a mind, when the body and the mind are like a machine, Srila Prabhupada again given an example that the body and mind are like a machine. If a machine has some problem, then we repair it, but we don't say that the driver is useless. In the same way, if a mind is disturbed, we have to regulate our bhakti, and you need to find out if the senses are weak, then engage the senses for in better, but never conclude that or never give up any hopes for in continuing the devotional service. So even if my mind is dirty, the soul is still Krishna's servant. That I have to understand, and that will keep connected with the Krishna consciousness, but won't be discouraged. We see that example about Sudama's behavior. We have seen that I think earlier Amrish Prabhu has taken a couple of lectures on this Sudama's thing. There, what I understood that the Sudama, though he was a poor Brahman, was having torn clothes, big body. He was hungry, dusty. He had no wealth, no position, or nothing. But that was actually the bodily covering. That was our external vision. But what Krishna's vision is that Krishna saw Sudama as his pure devotee. Krishna ignored Sudama's poverty, but even though after that, looking at Sudama, Krishna embraced him, washed his feet, seated him on his own bed. Why? Because Krishna sees the soul, not the body. So one must, what I understand again that, so Sudama never felt inferior. Sudama did not even ask for wealth. He did not feel that he's weak or fallen. He did not even complain because he knows that he's realized soul. My condition, I mean, his condition was he knows that Sudama knows that this whatever the bodily condition was temporarily, but he had good relation with Krishna as eternal. So Krishna rewarded Sudama not because the Sudama was very poor, but because Sudama was uncontaminated in devotion. Krishna showed that even if my devotee body is miserable, his soul is most glorious. So the Krishna never rejected Sudama. Krishna never saw his poverty or Krishna only saw his love. So, what I understand from this particular verse is that it reminds me that the soul is pure and can one should continue bhakti, respect their devotion, not their external condition. Soul is pure and chanting cleanses the mind. Krishna never rejects his devotees due to the conditions, and the soul is pure, but the bondage comes from the I am this body. That's what we're thinking. So this is my realization from this verse. Hare Krishna, dear devotees.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you, His Grace Amrish Prabhu, our guest poet Bhagwan Devi Dasi Mataji, and His Grace Krishna Samabhat Krishna Prabhu for your continuous support to guide us to go back to Godhead and to realize ourselves. This verse is when Krishna is concluding his instructions and he's talking about the soul, giving nice examples so that people like me can understand, which I'm not able to. Yatha sarvagatam sakshmyat akasam no palipyate sarvatra avastito dehe tathatmanopalipyate यथा सर्वगतं सूक्ष्म्यात् आकाशं नोपलिप्यते सर्वत्र स्थितो देहे तथात्मानोपलिप्यते. Translate by Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada. The sky, due to this subtle nature, does not mix with anything, although it is all pervading. Similarly, the soul situated in Brahman vision does not mix with this body, though situated in that body. So Krishna is giving nice examples about the uh, the form of soul, but the soul is situated in the Brahman vision. Brahman vision does not mix with the body. Means soul can be not Brahman vision. That's very interesting. Otherwise, why Krishna will say it like this? And that's very interesting. And that's my mind is not giving me any realization on this. Then very nicely Prabhupada explaining further that how the soul exists in the body. And we have studied this many times, that form of air means entire body is really running due to different kind of air. And then air is getting energy from the heart. The heart is also pumping, is also under air is so because of the air, and the soul is giving energy to heart. And this Prabhupada also explaining here, giving examples. So this is for us, for me to understand, but I don't know how to apply this knowledge. And this only is for people like me to understand that how great Krishna is and how great his devotees are. And the other thing is that how living deities are helplessly suffering. In spite of this arrangement, the soul is still suffering. This is what I realize. And I'm still thinking, and I don't have much to say. Keep repeating same thing, but I'm struggling with myself, and I don't know how Amrish Prabhu has kept me in leaders group. I don't feel at all qualified for this. No knowledge, no realization, and further capacity to realize is also going down, Prabhu. So I really don't know much to say, Prabhu. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you, His Grace, Amrish Prabhu. His Grace, Hare Mataji, and His Grace Krishna Samarthan Krishna Prabhu for training us and encouraging us to study these verses and share our realizations. Hare Krishna. Can you hear me?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Prabhu. यथा सर्वगतं सौक्ष्म्याम् आकाशं नोपलिप्यते सर्वत्र वस्थितो देहे तथात्मानोपलिप्यते. Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada Ji ki jai. The sky, due to its subtle nature, does not mix with anything, although it is all pervading. Similarly, the soul, situated in Brahman vision, does not mix with the body, though situated in that body. So, first of all, thank you, His Grace Rupan Prabhuji and His Grace Avinash Prabhuji for your realizations on this verse. Thank you. So here, I would just try to meditate on the translation and also the purport given by Srila Prabhupada. And the analogy given here is that of actually the Akash, the sky. So the sky is all pervading. It's everywhere. It's quite subtle. So out of this Panch Mahabhutas, the sky, Akash, is the most subtle. And because of his, is saying here that because of his subtle nature, even its all pervading is not mixing with anything material. So being a quality of subtle, being subtle is not mixing with it. So the first and further in the purport, Srila Prabhupada is saying that the air enters into water, mud, stool, whatever is there, still does not mix with anything. And similarly, living entity, even though situated in varieties of body, is aloof from them due to its subtle nature. So just thinking about the subtleness. So as I said, actually, even within the gross, actually the Panch Mahabhutas, actually the sky is the subtle. And even subtle than that is actually our subtle body, the mind, intelligence, and ego. And even actually Atma, the soul is even subtle, more subtle than these actually subtle body. So the quality of being subtle, so that also I was thinking that's why it's not mixing with this gross body. However, as Avinash Prabhu also pointed out that he said that soul situated in Brahman vision does not mix with the body, though situated in that body. So the Brahman vision, so actually one who has realized, actually is talking about the liberated soul who's situated in a Brahma Bhuta platform, one who has actually purified his consciousness. So the reference actually is referencing to that soul, is saying that does not mix with the body. So actually getting to this stage, I was thinking, so what is the difference between the soul, who's at actually who has achieved the Brahman vision and ordinary people like me, who's far away from this? So is that means that do we mix with the body? Means just thinking on that actually point, because yes, soul is much subtle, it's not going to actually mix, and soul is all pervading as well. It's situated in the heart, as Bhagavad Gita confirmed that, and still its consciousness is spread throughout the body. So that's how we actually feel, actually the actual consciousness throughout the body. So that is the actually symptom of a soul being present in the body. However, actually, when we think about the position of that particular living entity or soul, as is achieving this Brahman vision. So I was thinking that because I'm still very much attached to this material body and anything in relationship to this body, so and also have this all the anarthas. lust, greed, and so on. So actually, as is always said, that we are always identifying with the need of the body. So there are senses, and there is again, once the senses are there is sense gratification. So whenever we actually suffer, we actually complain. So that I'm going to this rough time, actually feeling sad, morose, and so on. So I remember this actually, Ambrish Babu shared uh, one of the realization about Guru Maharaj. That Guru Maharaj once said that actually, because he is in his advanced stage, quite old, that he said that actually when he was inquired, the devotees asked him that, how are you, Maharaj? And Maharaj said, I'm all right. My body is in pain, but I'm all right. So I do not think like that. So as Maharaj is a pure devotee, he's already achieved that vision, clearly actually distinguished, and he clearly understands that this body is actually separate from my soul. So the body is actually, yes, it is actually material body, is actually acquired by the soul. However, the identification is there with the soul. So normally the bodily things does not bother them. Even this bothering them does not stop them or their devotional activities. However, the way I feel that any actually physical ailment is actually creating a hurdle on our devotional path. So whenever there we are actually we sick or anything, it's very hard to actually ignore and carry on. We have to push ourselves. We do not even feel motivated. But that is not the case, as we see, actually, especially the pure devotees, like Srila Gurudev, Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada also, even at the final moment, until his last breath, he was translating Srimad Bhagavatam. The ordinary soul cannot do this. So even there is one thing is that actually the quality of subtleness of a soul, yeah, it is not going to mix with the material body, gross body. However, the actually achieving or realizing that that we are the soul, not this body, attaining this actually Brahman vision. So the realization is completely different, So even they are actually in this material world, in this material body, but their activities are completely transcendental, Their vision is completely transcendental. They are actually seeing the soul in all the actually material bodies around it. So their dealings are also on the same level. But we are contaminated, we are still on very much on the bodily platform. So how I see is that actually because we identify with the body and we're still attached, all these actually bodily things hamper our actually chanting or actually our activities in this devotional field. So yeah, that is what actually I think. I may be completely wrong, but this is what I realized. Thank you, devotees. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you, His Grace Amrish Prabhuji, Her Grace Purpakya Devi Dasi Mataji, and His Grace Krishna Samarpan Krishna Prabhu for giving us this platform and training us to share our realizations. And thank you to all the devotees for their nice realizations. So we are doing today Bhagavad Gita, chapter 13, verse 33. Yatha sarvagatam sakshmya akasham nopalipyate sarvat sarvatravasthito dehe tathatmanopalipyate. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The sky, due to its subtle nature, does not mix with anything, although it is pervading. Similarly, the soul situated in Brahman vision does not mix with the body, though situated in that body. So, Srila Prabhupada has given very nice purport for this verse here. And the comparison or the analogy is for the soul, that soul, as the soul is there in the body, and the whole body is actually getting the energy from it. And then also the sky, like the sky is all pervading. Nothing in the world can be seen that it's not covered by the sky. It's all pervading. But when we see, there is no limit to sky, or we only see it. There is nothing like that. It's so subtle. So also that's how the soul is actually, and the air, which Srila Prabhupada has given the nice analogy here, that air enters into water, mud, stool, and whatever else is there, still it does not mix with anything. So air is, it's just a very subtle form of Panch Mahabhut, as Srila Prabhu said. And so same is the soul. It's although it's in the body, and the body is running just because of it, but still the soul is, whatever the body does, the soul is not responsible for it, because it doesn't do anything. It's there, just sitting there and giving the energy to the body, and it's not contaminated by the activities of the body. So it's always aloof from the activities of the body. And there is, we have seen that for time immemorial, people, scientists, they all want to know how why when the soul is gone, what is this mysterious thing which goes away from the body, and then body is just useless. It decomposes, and then no one has actually found it. But if we just accept Krishna's words here, then the soul, just because of the soul, everything is, the body is running. Then there is no confusion at all. But the only thing is, if we have the faith in Krishna's words, which we don't have, the general masses of people, they don't want to accept it, although it's the truth. Then, because just as the body, the soul leaves the body is just useless. That's what Prabhupada has given here as well, that no one in science can ascertain this, that why the body, after the destruction of the body, where the soul is gone, and impossible to see, because it's so subtle. With material eyes, we cannot see the soul. although we try a lot to see the soul, the matter, with which soul, which is antimatter, and we try to see it with the materialized, which is matter. Just, and then there is the second part here is similarly the soul situated in Brahman vision does not mix with the body. So the person who has the Brahman vision, who sees that everyone has got the soul, all the living entities have, they have got the soul in the body. So he is the one who realizes it, and there are innumerable examples of our acharyas there who have seen, who have realized this, and they have told us that this is how the soul is working and how they see the world actually. They can differentiate the body and the soul. They know that body is suffering, but the soul is not. So just how do we get that Brahman vision? It's the most important thing. And just, I don't know that there is no trick for that. It's just the sincere devotional service, the sincere chanting, and the mercy of the Vaishnavas that can give the Brahman vision. Otherwise, I don't understand. I can get Brahman vision at all, because I find myself far away from all these. These are just the words. It's nothing like I can see in near future that I can have that Brahman vision. Just this is what I have realized from this verse. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you very much for your realizations on this verse. Yatha sarvagatam samsya sukshmyad akasham nopalipyate sarvatravasthito dehe tathatma nopalipyate. The sky, due to its subtle nature, does not mix with anything, although it is all-pervading. Similarly, the soul situated in Brahman vision does not mix with body, though situated in that body. So, do we remember what are we going to discuss this Sunday? We carry forward from last weekend's point. I requested all of you to think about it. You know? No, no one remembered.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. We're discussing this actually, the concept of matter and antimatter, Prabhuji, and there was a discussion on that question, you know. So we know the philosophy, you know, we understand what is matter, what is antimatter. We know the spiritual word is, you know, antimatter. So how this knowledge is going to help us, you know? How this actually help our devotional service. So I think you asked us to actually meditate on this point and share your own realizations. So yeah, how actually you use this knowledge?
But it is same to what we're going to discuss today. You know? This verse, it all relates to this. You know? So thank you. This is how. So I was thinking that it's a point of discussion which we requested all of us to think and participate. And if we speak now, then we'll be diluting our Sunday's class. So my request is this only. I repeat my request that all of us please spend a little bit more time, think about this. And this verse would be very much an impetus. We got an advantage in Leaders Sangha because we're discussing very similar topic, but in a bit advanced format, you know. And the 13th chapter. And that should give us an impetus that we can lead the direction of this discussion during our Sunday's program. That's the little advantage we have with the Leaders Sangha. You know? So I think it's best that we think a bit more and prepare ourselves to participate and give direction to the discussion for this Saturday, for the Sunday's program. Yeah, I think we must do that. Otherwise, whatever you said is very correct, very nice. But the practical implementation, how it will help our bhakti, that is the most important thing, you know. And as we see now, that even after these advanced levels, where we are ourselves teaching others, you know, bringing them to Krishna consciousness. And very honestly, when we see ourselves, we struggle with these concepts, you know. So that is the reason why I'm inclined and a little keen that we introduce these important concepts with other devotees in their earlier stage of bhakti, you know, which I hope would benefit them and benefit all of us in turn, because together we can, alone we cannot. Is that okay? So I would like to continue this on Sunday. You know? You think about it, all of you, a bit more. So we'll conclude today then. Thank you very much to all of you. Jai Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is ki Jai. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai. Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki Jai.
Jai.
Shri Gurudev ki Jai. Word to word
Jai.
synonyms, translations and purport for Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Shri Nitai Gaur Chandra Premanande. Hari Hari Bol. Shri Ananta
Hari Hari
Koti
Bol.
Vaishnava ki jai. Shri Nectar Devotion ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna.
Thank you,
Hi.
Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.